Oh, what's good, y'all? What is good? It is your boy J-Rod, and yes, man, we are here with the NFL picks and predictions week 2. Now, I know I missed week 1, so we're going to go back and do a little recap of the picks I had. I'm going to be real quick with this. It was a rough week 1. Week 1's either go really well for me or just terrible because, you know, you're still trying to get swinging things, actually know what teams are good or bad, what's going on, you know, all that stuff. So I got the Bills right. The Saints game I got right. I didn't actually do it on here, so I'm trying to remember what I did. I picked the Niners. I got that wrong. I picked the Bengals. I got that one wrong. I picked the Lions. I got that one wrong. Lions almost had the comeback of a century. Once again, just choking in the close games. I had the Patriots for this game. I don't know what I was thinking there. I had the Ravens, Washington. I had the Carolina Panthers because I wanted a Baker Mayfield revenge game, but couldn't quite make it happen. He looked a lot better in the second half, to be fair. I had the Colts in this one. Colts just always choke against the Texans. They actually lost week 1 last year when they faced them as well, so yeah, it's just crazy. I did pick the Vikings in that one. I was very hype about that pick. I chose the Chiefs in this one. The Titans in that one. Titans choked a 20-3 lead, and Saquon Barkley went crazy. I picked the Chargers for that one, Bucks for that one, and the Broncos for that one and lost. So I think that's like 7 losses. So let's head to week 2, and I'll give you all my predictions. Now, by the time this video comes out, this Thursday night game might have already happened, but just know I'm making the predictions before the game went down, obviously, or there would have been like a checkbox here. All right. So J-Rod 2 turn, I'm going to go with the Chiefs at home against the Los Angeles Chargers. Chiefs looked really good against the Cardinals. Now, I do think the Chargers are a better team than the Arizona Cardinals, and I do think on both sides of the field, the Chargers will cause more problems. I just like what this Chiefs team is doing on both sides of the field. Being at home is a big factor of it, too. Divisional matchup game, obviously, big for both teams. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. But, I mean, this game could go either way. I really just ended up going with the team that's at home. So, I can't wait to watch that one tonight. Now, heading into the Sunday matchups, the first one we got the Jets on the road to face the Cleveland Browns. I'm going with the Browns. Don't really have too much to say there. Then we got the Washington Commanders going against Detroit Lions at home. Detroit Lions are, the percent picked isn't the actual favored. I think Washington's favored for this game. But I'm going to act as if that's the favoring. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Washington on the road. I think Carson Wentz is actually going to have a good season. Now, I don't think he's going to have like a top 10 quarterback type of season, but he's going to be a serviceable quarterback. I think he's going to be a lot better this year with being protective of the football. He's actually behind a great offensive line, which is something he didn't have when he was at the Colts. And he has a good receiving core. I mean, other than Terry McLaurin, you have Curtis Samuel, who looks really good this year. You got Jahan Dotson, the rookie receiver. I think Washington could do a lot of promising stuff on offense. And defensively, Washington looks really good as well, as long as they can remain healthy. And although I do think this should be a pretty close game, I'm going to go with Washington here. I think they look good this year. I think a lot of people think that Washington are going to be a lot worse than they really are. Then we got the Bucks against the Saints. Man, we know what the Saints have been doing to the Bucks over the years. I'm really swayed on this. I had the Bucks at first, then I went back to the Saints. A couple things I'm thinking about here for both sides. Now for the Saints, although they've been really good against the Bucks in the past years, there's no Sean Payton. Don't forget that. So it's not the same guy making the same play calls. I'm sure it's going to be a lot similar scheme defensively that they did earlier anyways. I'm not sure if they have the same coordinators they had since Sean Payton, but I'd assume not. Maybe they have the same defensive, or I don't really know. I'm not that in tune when it comes to the coordinators, but I mean, Saints at home, coming off a win. Jameis Winston going against his old team. Now, when I look at the Bucks, Chris Godwin probably won't be playing this game, and all of the Bucks receiving core is going through injuries. Now, I do think that Mike Evans, Julio Jones, and Russell Gage will all be able to play, but at the same time, they're having limited practice, and I think the Saints are a lot healthier on that side. You got some really good cornerbacks going against this receiving core. If the Bucs receiving core isn't 100% running their legs the whole game, this could be ugly. And the Bucs struggled to get points on the Dallas Cowboys. They really did. They only had one touchdown towards the end of the game. If this is a low-scoring game, I feel like I got to go with the Saints. Now, Alvin Kamara is also injured, but I'm assuming that he's going to be playing. If not, I might change my picks to the Bucs. So just know that. It's really all dependent on Alvin Kamara, if he will be able to play or not. Next matchup, we got the Carolina Panthers on the road facing off against the New York Giants. I had the Panthers at first, switched to the Giants, and I've been considering going back to the Panthers, but I'm going to stick with the Giants to go 2-0 at the start of the season. That's crazy that I'm even saying that, the Giants going 2-0. But this is the way I look at it. I think this is going to be a game where the run game is going to be heavily important, and it's going to be a low-scoring, ugly game like the one they had last year. Panthers in their Week 1 matchup against the Cleveland Browns struggled against the run, gave up a shit ton of yards to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and Saquon Barkley is coming off of a really good Week 1 in which I think he could do really good again. And the Giants did a pretty serviceable job stopping Derrick Henry for the most part. He had no rushing touchdowns, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I know that they did a pretty good job with stopping Derrick Henry. And McCaffrey's coming off of a pretty bad Week 1 game. For that reason, I'm going with the Giants because I think the run game is going to be very important in a game like this. As long as Daniel Jones can be protective of the football, which is a hard thing to put trust on for Daniel Jones, but as long as he could just get no more than one turnover, I like the Giants for this game. But I will say Baker looked a lot better in that second half against the Browns than he did in the first, so maybe Baker comes out and he looks a lot better. I'm going to stick with the Giants, though. And then we got the Patriots on the road against the Steelers. Crazy to see that the Patriots are only 24% picked. Steelers have some injuries defensively. TJ Watt's going to be out for this game. A couple other guys. I'm going to go with the Patriots on the road because I feel like if this is a close, low-scoring game, the Patriots this is where they thrive. And I am nervous about this Patriots secondary going against Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, some of these other guys. But I think as long as the Patriots can control the football, run the ball effectively, I'm not expecting too much out of Mac Jones. The Patriots offense did look pretty rough last week, I will say that. And although the Miami Dolphins do have a pretty good defense, it was quite ugly to watch that game. And Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator, I don't think is it. He's got to be out the door next year. They got to do something else, finding another offensive coordinator. Next, we got the Colts on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Colts. Rebound game. Had that tie against the Texans, which they should have won. Give me the rebound. We got the Dolphins against the Ravens. Last year, the Dolphins went on that crazy, I think it was like 7-8 game win streak. And they beat the Ravens in a game that shocked me. I think it was either a late night Sunday matchup or I don't know. It was some sort of primetime matchup. And the Dolphins blitz was just killing Lamar Jackson. He couldn't get the ball out of the pocket. He couldn't run. He couldn't do anything. And that Dolphins blitz could definitely hurt the Ravens again. We saw last week that Lamar wasn't really using his legs as much. I don't know if that has to do with, hey, if y'all ain't giving me a contract, I'm not going to run. Or if it's just like how the game worked out. I could be overthinking that. That sounds like such a little like ESPN take, sitting at the desk. Well, Lamar is not going to run because he's not getting his contract. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Ravens at home. I think being at home is the biggest part of this game for me. If the Dolphins were at home, I probably would have swayed more with the Dolphins. I have trust that John Harbaugh is going to change the offensive scheme. They're going to know what's coming. They know that Miami is going to send the blitz, and I think the Ravens secondary on defense should do a better job against the Dolphins receivers than the Patriots. I will say that. So I think they'll have a little bit more trouble there. Next, we got the Falcons, Rams. Give me the Rams. Don't got much to say there. We got the Seahawks facing off against the Niners. Niners at home. Give me the Niners. I could see the Seahawks getting a win, to be honest. I do think that Week 1 matchup was against the Chicago Bears was a little bit of a fluke. I think for both teams it was kind of a fluke, with Seattle winning their game and the Niners losing their game against Chicago. I mean, you go on the road into Chicago, bad weather, first starting game for Trey Lance of the season. And then the Seahawks, Denver Broncos, just bad coaching decisions and, not being able to finish on the 1-yard line to get into the end zone. I think things go a little bit different. I think it will be a close game, but the Niners will be in better control. Give me the Niners. And then next we got the Cincinnati Bengals on the road to face the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Bengals. No Dak Prescott. Next we got the Texans on the road to face the Denver Broncos. Give me the Broncos at home. Texans could make this an interesting game. I do think it could actually be pretty low scoring. A lot of field goals, a lot of running the ball. But, yeah, I feel like I just don't see the Broncos going 0-2 facing Seattle and the Texans. And then we got the Cardinals on the road against the Raiders. Give me the Cardinals. Don't overthink it. That game 1 matchup was very ugly for the Cardinals on both sides of the field. I could see the Raiders definitely coming out here and getting a win. But I don't know. I'm giving it to the Cardinals. I know they got injuries on the defense. Their defense doesn't look the same as they did last year. The Cardinals' offensive line looks terrible, but I do trust in Kyler Murray to get the ball running in this game. Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals on the road. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders won. I just remember so many times that the Cardinals, whether it was last year or the year before, they would get blown out in a game, and then everyone would write them off, and then the next game they come out and win by 30. And that's what I could see happening here. So give me the Cardinals on the road. And then we got the Bears against the Packers. I really want to go with the Bears here. If they were at home, I probably would have picked the Bears for my upset pick. But Aaron Rodgers coming off a loss and facing Chicago, I can't see it happening. Divisional matchup rivalry. Give me the Packers. We got the Tennessee Titans on the road facing the Buffalo Bills. 97% of people have picked the Bills, which is a little bit crazy to me. I mean, everyone loves the Bills this year. They're red hot. I'm pretty sure everyone has them as Super Bowl favorites. But the Tennessee Titans could definitely make this a game. They always play well against the Bills. I think they won last year's matchup when they faced the Bills. I could be wrong. In that high-scoring game. I'm going with the Bills at home, though. It seems like the safe pick. And then we got the Vikings on the road against the Eagles. I'm going with the Vikings. My reasoning behind this, Eagles, they faced the Detroit Lions. Yeah, they won the game. They also gave up 35 points, and that was to the Lions. If you give up 35 against the Lions, I can't even imagine how many you're going to give up to Justin Jefferson in this Vikings team. That looks very good. Very good. So yeah, give me the Vikings on the road. This could be a really good game, though. I think it's going to be high scoring, just back-to-back scoring from both teams. But the Vikings, if they want to run the ball, they could run it. If they want to pass, they could pass. Eagles, I feel like if they have to play down and force to throw the ball, they're just not going to be as effective. The Eagles are a good team when they're in control of the game, but when they're playing down, they're just not the same team. So give me the Vikings on the road. And those are my picks. We got a couple sleepers in there. I mean, we got the Patriots that are 24% picked. We got the, who else did we have? We had the Giants 47, the Saints 21% picked, Washington 49%. So yeah, I mean those are the picks. All right, y'all, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and turn on those post notifications so you do not miss any future videos. And you can watch week 2 all the way to week 17. Once again, sorry I missed week 1, but your boy is gonna be on it from now on. Love y'all, man. Peace.